Hi, I'm Susie and I'm a mum of 3. I have 2 boys and a girl, and I love them very much, as I'm sure most mums love their children, but I also know that at times life with children can be really hard, and this series of videos is based on different advice that people have given me over the years that I've been a mum, that often advice that fell on deaf ears, and I've learnt the lessons myself the hard way, and so I've called it Please Listen to Me, because I wish I'd listened to them. One of the things that I can remember someone saying to me was about my photo albums. I went to far too greater lengths taking photos of my first son and making this beautiful scrapbook, which is fine when you only have 1 child and you're not working. When you have 2, and then even if you're crazy like me, 3 or more, you just don't have time. And I set this challenge for myself that I couldn't keep up with. Now, there is something really good about celebrating milestones and remembering how far you've come. And of course, you should take photos if you want to take photos. But I think for me, perhaps sometimes we can go a little bit too far. We can see what other people are doing, and these great ideas that come up on social media and things, of taking a photo of your child every day, or once a month putting a sign next to them saying how many months old they are, and filling in this baby book and other things like that. And actually it can become quite a stress and a strain. So maybe there are other ways that you can celebrate the milestones and help you remember. And someone else said to me about how I should write things down. And you know, at the time you think you're always going to remember, and there's funny little things that they say, but I have to be honest with you now, my eldest is 10, and there are so many things that I've forgotten along the way. And so without making it laborious, are there ways that you can easily capture those funny moments and the things that they do, so you can look back? Because there will be good days and there will be hard days, and on the hard days it can be nice to sit and look through the photos on your phone, doesn't need to be in a fancy album, and look back on the happy memories, and maybe, you know, just jotting down the odd thing that they've said that's been hilarious. Can I let you into a little secret? I can't remember what my 3rd child's first words were. And so I have to be careful what I say, because I might say something like to Nathan, like when he asked for more food, I say, that was your first word, more, because he loved it when I was weaning him, he'd always ask for more. And then it gets to my 3rd child, and life is just such a haze, because I was so busy and doing so much. I can't even remember what his first words were. And it can be easy to beat yourself up for forgetting these things. But obviously, he's still here. He's lived to tell the tale, so I must have done something right in looking after him. So it's about marking milestones, making memories that you can look back on and cherish, but without making it such a labour, intensive thing that causes you stress and strain, or indeed costs you money. And there's so many lovely things that are available online or in the shops, but you don't need to spend a lot of money to keep a nice record of memories, even if it's just a little £1 notebook from somewhere like Wilko that you just jot in every so often. One thing I've done so that it's not too big a strain on me is to just write each month of the year in my journal, and then I just put 1 or 2 highlights of each month. And because it's something I do each month rather than each week or each day, it's not too hard to catch up if I have forgotten, and that's quite a nice thing to look back over the year, the different things that we've done. So I might just mark, the day that we had a nice day going to the park, or the fact that we, like my children, put on a little disco for my husband's birthday, just putting a little disco light on and choosing the music on Alexa. So little moments that have been good along the way, just jot them down. Make sure you take photos on your phone if you've got one that takes photos, but don't stress yourself about filling in all these books and things. But one of the things I want to kind of get across is that don't put so much pressure on yourself to capture the moment that you actually miss it. And I used to work at a TV company, and my boss, she loved taking photos, and they'd just come back from a holiday in New Zealand, and she was telling me about the sunrise, and she said how she'd been tempted to go and get the camera and set it up to capture the sunrise, but she was wise enough to realise that by the time she'd gone and got the camera and got it set up, she probably wouldn't capture it. She might miss it, and it probably wouldn't do justice to the moment. And so instead of going to get the camera, she just stood and enjoyed it. And I think sometimes with our children, we can be of the same kind of mentality, so busy putting on a fancy party or trying to get everything right for their birthday celebration that we actually don't get to enjoy the moment with them. And sometimes simplicity is best in marking milestones. We don't have to do something so extravagant. It's just the simple thing of marking it together, of celebrating it together. So perhaps your child has done well on a spellings test for the first time. You could let them choose what to have for dinner, or maybe they're the first one who gets to pick dessert. Little treats, little rewards, little celebrations add up to some really happy memories, when sometimes doing these extravagant things can put a financial pressure or other pressures on us. And also setting that precedent, what you do for your first child, will you be able to sustain it for the other children that follow? So I hope that's helpful to you. I have learnt a lot in this area over the years, and I've got lots of tips on parties and things on a budget, so if anybody wants to get in touch, I'm more than happy to share ideas on marking milestones together. But I hope that your journey in motherhood is full of happy memories, and that you have things that you can look back on the difficult days to celebrate how far you've come. Please do get in touch. I love to hear from you. Please do subscribe to receive notification of new videos, because there's so much more advice that I've been given over the years that I'd love to share with you.